was Orange Night
Yes, it
on
was.
the cruise ship, but we'll talk about that later. We've had a pretty long day today.
We have had a very long day.
We got up pretty early, and now it's 10:30. My watch doesn't say 10:30
You've
anymore.
moved it forward. We're moving.
That's because we're falling back again. We went forward into the Atlantic time zone, which is 1 hour ahead of the
Beginning of the cruise.
time zone. And now we're going back to the Eastern time zone, so we get an extra hour of sleep. It's like daylight saving time, only in the middle of February.
Yes.
So that will be happening tonight. But we had a long day today. We got up at 6:30 this morning.
Yes, we did.
I was up
yes.
at 6:30 this morning.
I was up at the same time.
And that's because we had an early excursion. It wasn't that early, but when you're on vacation and
and you have to be showered, ready, have breakfast, and get off the ship to meet people at 8:15. That's a bit of an early morning.
Yeah. So I guess some people don't shower in the morning. Not everyone showers in the morning, but I don't like to go anywhere without having showered first. So that's something you have to do before you do anything is you shower first thing in the morning. So we went on an excursion today, and it was very exciting.
Yes?
Well, first we had breakfast delivered to our room.
Yes.
There is an option for free room service for breakfast on every day, except for disembarkation day.
Yes.
But there is an option for free room service breakfast every day. And so we took advantage of that, and that's your little pro tip. If you have an early morning and you don't think you have enough time to make it up to the Lido or certainly down to the dining room, that is a sit-down breakfast, you can order at a specific time, and they will bring you the breakfast that you ordered. And they have a window, so you write in the little card. Is the card here? Here, I can show you.
Yes, there's a new one. They brought us a new one to replace
one.
one.
I will show you the new card. This is the card, and inside are all of your breakfast options. And so you can just write your name and your stateroom number, the time you want your breakfast around. Delivery is between 6 and 10 a.m. And they have the thing here. Deliveries may arrive up to 15 minutes before or up to 15 minutes after your desired time that you wrote in there. And then you do have some options that are for purchase. On this side, you have all of these options that are free that you can have delivered to your stateroom. So we did that this morning, and then we got off the ship, and because we were in St. Thomas, the U.S. Virgin Islands,
we had cell service.
Yes, we had cell phone service, which was nice to have after several days. Of course, we had the internet.
Yes, we've had the internet package, so
it's not that big of a deal.
Yes, we've had pretty much everything you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, but it is nice to have cell phone service. Regular cell phone service, and then we went on this really great excursion today.
Well, we were here a few years ago, and we walked a rather lengthy walk. Probably most people would take a taxi or a bus into downtown if you were doing that. It's probably close to 2 miles, mile and a half. One way, yes. It's a pretty lengthy hike. Last time we walked it, we didn't today. So we got back to the ship.
We went to lunch. And we had lunch, and then what did we do this afternoon? We kind of just hung out, I guess. You went to the casino.
We hung out a little bit. I went to the casino once it opened after we set sail.
And then we walked our 2 miles.
Yes.
You went running. That's what we did.
That's true. Yes, I did go running.
And we went to record a little walkthrough of the
gym.
Fitness Center,
yes.
the gym. So that was what we did this afternoon.
Yes, that's what. Yes, I was there for an hour, and then we walked. I got showered. Then we walked. Then I went to the casino.
Yes.
And then it was dinner time.
Yes, and then we went for dinner, and we had dinner on the Orange Night. So a little background as to why we're wearing orange. Holland America Line, as the name would suggest, is from Holland, the Netherlands. And the national color of the Netherlands is orange, and that's because the royal family is
the House of
Orange. And so that's where the orange comes from. And every single cruise,
doesn't matter how long it's a 6-7 day cruise, a 28-day cruise, every single sailing
has at least one orange party.
I think they just do one per sailing, doesn't matter. But Yes, they have one orange party on every single
So
sailing.
as part of that orange party, in the main dining room and on the Lido deck, they will have some menu items that are
Classically Dutch, yes.
And so you had for dinner tonight, let me see if I can, do you remember what it was called?
Oh, it's the Dutch pea soup. It has a
No,
slightly
your
different name.
dinner.
Well, but the Dutch pea soup was Dutch as well. And it
Even
had...
though it wasn't called Dutch pea soup.
No, they call it green peas soup, but it was their Dutch pea soup.
Hodgepodge Klapstuk
Yes.
is what you had for dinner tonight.
Which is
And
another
so
classically
that is
Dutch dish.
braised beef brisket, carrots, potatoes, onions, and butter gravy. How was it?
It was very good.
Yeah.
They braised that very well. It was perfectly tender, had a lot of flavor. It was a very good dish.
Oh, the pork cordon bleu. It was pretty good.
You forgot about it pretty quickly.
I did, didn't I? And then after dinner, we went to see the evening performance. And tonight's evening performance was a second performance of the Island Magic Steel Drum Band. And it was fantastic again.
Yes.
It was really great. They did a lot of songs that people of the generation that is typically on Holland America Line would know.
Yes.
Some Frank Sinatra, some Elvis Presley,
Some Beatles.
Some John Denver.
Yes, I got my country roads.
Yes, you did. I recorded that one. And then after that performance, we went up to midship Lido Pool, and that is where the orange party was happening. And everyone, well, not everyone, but a very large amount of people were dressed in various shades of orange.
Oh, yes.
And orange accessories, from boas to glasses to
yes.
something in their
Headpieces, yes.
and it is just such a fun time. They had the DJ playing, and people were
dancing,
and they had some special drink specials as well that were orange, as you would imagine.
Yes.
And so it was a really great time. And now it's bedtime. So here we are. That was our day today.
That was our day.
Was there anything else you wanted to say?
Well, during my time at the casino, I was fortunate enough to get a free specialty dinner, so we will be taking advantage of that in a couple of days. On our last day of the sailing, we'll get probably the third. We got the Pinnacle and Tamarind as part of our Have It All package, and now through the casino, we'll be going to Canaletto.
Now, how did you get that?
Well, usually it would be delivered to your room. I reached roughly the point threshold that they typically do, and I made a point of going to see the casino host and saying, hey, I reached this point threshold. I know that should be about right. And they said, yes, that's fine. We can go ahead and put this together for you.
So we get free dinner.
Yes, we do.
Woohoo! So that'll be in a couple of nights,
Yes.
and we'll tell you more about that then. So, okay, now it's time for bed.
Yes.
It is now, 10:45.
Yes.
So 9:45.
It will be tomorrow.
Okay. Bye, everybody.